Welcome back to the ECNL Coaching Symposium, where we are with two of the superstars. Their presentation was called Your Brand is a Competitive Advantage, and presenting was Amie, Bracken, the Director of Brand Services for the ECNL, and Andrea Cortez, the Director of Creative Services, on National Women in Sports Day as well. I'm here with two powerful women, and just in general, your brand is a competitive advantage. I want an answer from both of you. What do you mean by that?
Well, you can think of it in a lot of ways, but I wanted to give this presentation to this room because everyone in there is either a small business owner or a small business director, or is thinking about a small business and how to grow it. And one of the best levers you can pull is with a strong brand. So it's a competitive advantage because, if you know yourself, and you put yourself out, you're going to attract more people, grow your business. And I think it resonated at the end of it. I had a line of people to ask questions about, how to do it better, or can we change our font and our logo? No, you can't. I told you, that kind of thing. So I think there's a lot of not fighting, but arguing internally at clubs about how to do this. And I think they're all looking for guidance they didn't even know they needed.
Yeah, I'll kind of piggyback off of that. There's people that don't know this is a thing, don't know how of an advantage it could be. Just simply if their brand is aligned, they think in the X's and O's, and we really wanted to tell that message of it's bigger than that. You created a brand here with your club, and ultimately, if you don't respect it, nobody will. So this is your advantage. Lean into your brand, tell your best story, and the rest will follow.
I really feel like the way you spoke to us kind of exemplified what your message is, and that is when you guys use social media, you don't scream at us, I feel like when I do it, I'm screaming at them, that's because I'm old, but you guys just do it in a way where it's just so calm. And then in your presentation, it was the same way. And then I also need to point out the yin and yang between you two, the camaraderie, the teamwork, pretty special. I'll let you answer that first, and if you want to add on, that'd be great.
I mean, definitely there's a unique balance to this, just kind of how there is in the reality, the brand side of things, of knowing who you are and what you stand for, and then telling everybody else. And if you don't know who you are, how are you going to tell someone else who you are? And so I think that was that unique balance you spoke of that we wanted people to know, is figure out your story and then tell people about it. And if you do that, then you have the magic there. You're not yelling at someone on social media anymore. You're just reinforcing your story.
Yeah, I think also another balance that we always hit is I am bringing in outside knowledge from my experience with, consumer packaged goods, most recently with food and bev. And, the big corporations don't do anything without solid strategy and slowing down to do things meaningfully, not just to do them fast. And Andrea is a brilliant creative mind, and without someone to buffer, we need to move fast, she will move fast, and she'll do a great job. But I think, having someone say, hold on, we need to be strategic about this and be thoughtful about this. I think that is what you're sensing in the calm in our social media and our marketing efforts. She leads the marketing efforts. I make sure that they're on strategy before, the strategy is set before she goes to execute, with quite possibly the strongest team I've ever worked with.
Wow, and you work with some great teams.
I have worked with some great teams. Sorry, everybody.
I want to keep it with you because when you have a great social media package, it's beyond the players, and companies want to be involved in it because the numbers are just incredible.
It's crazy. I think we have won the hearts and minds of the people who play in the league. That is a big thing, and it's a big deal. And so because of that, people do recommend us to friends and family. So our reach goes beyond the current players. It's past players. It's friends of those players. And when you've built trust like that, you can't replicate it inauthentically. And so other brands want to be part of that halo. Those good feelings spill over to other brands. And we would never partner with a brand that we also didn't believe in for the same reason. Just like I mentioned that your personal brand is not what you say, but what people say about you when you leave the room. If you personally align with something that's not good, that's going to harm your reputation, and we won't do that. So the brands that align with us, we love, and the brands that align with us love us.
You know, Andrea, as I was reading your bio, I talked about the fact you spent a lot of time initially in your career in intercollegiate athletics. How did that help you for this role?
I mean, honestly, both of them are a grind. So that was the first step. You got to know the grind, and then the rest is kind of follows. But I mean, it's definitely a unique situation to work in sports in general. So to kind of have that background of not just the grind side of things, not just the late nights and the long weekends, but really understanding who is your audience, where it's not traditional like it would be in marketing of it's simply your consumer. Your consumer now turns into a 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid, and that definitely translated well because it is one of those things where in college athletics you're really kind of targeting your potentials. And in here we are the potential. These kids are the next up. So it definitely was a little transition there going from the college side of things down here. It's just a slight tweak in thinking, but it really kind of is just that thing that when you really sit down and look at it, it is all the same. And I kind of went over in my presentation, like I tweaked how you look at it when it is for college sports, but it's the same steps, it's the same message, it's the same process to get to the bottom of your story and to tell it the best way you can.
Thinking for me was a key word because one of the things I love about the ECNL on all levels, not just social media, is their ability to pivot and be nimble and deal with things as they come. And here we go. We got Day in the Life. We got ECNL TV. We got the NSG games. Everything's coming to life. And I feel like you're never going to stop, either one of you, thinking about the next step, the next great thing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's always how can we tell it bigger, better, more frequently, more consistently? How can we get all of the unique stories that exist? I mean, they're endless. We have endless, unique, great stories within this league from past, present, future. How can we tell them more? How can we tell them better? How can we tell them differently? Is, I mean, something we talk about all the time. Like, now what? Like, what's next? Like, there has to be something else.
Amie, you want to add on to that?
Yeah,
first?
I just want to add on. The only thing I'll also say is that consumers and the players and their parents, the families, they are consumers. Their preferences change like the wind. So they do. Trends change. Things, that happens every day. We have to stay trendy while also being rooted in our core beliefs. Yeah, that's all I'll say.
Okay, perfect. Well, let's go to last word time. I'm
Yeah.
big on that because I always like to make sure people are left with something that they'll forever be embedded in their brain. So we'll let you go first and we'll end with Andrea. If you think about your presentation just now, if there's one thing you definitely want everybody to leave with, what would it be?
Gosh, I'm going to steal it. You know what it's going to be. Should we say it at the same time?
Go ahead. I'll come up with another.
Okay. I feel bad doing this. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. Pick your elements. Write them down. Live, breathe your brand.
I think I would just say I want people to know that if you don't love and respect your brand, no one else will.
Yeah.
That is awesome. You guys are so talented. I mean that. It's a pleasure to be with you. Great presentation, and thanks for an incredible ECNL Coaching Symposium and AGM. Amie and Andrea, rock stars.